We'd like to welcome to Athlete's Corner Nancy Rose from Spring, Texas. Nancy, welcome. It's good to see you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Now, you're in a different sport than I'm accustomed to. You have to explain to everybody exactly what you do.
I compete in a division of the bodybuilding industry, which is called figure. When most people think of bodybuilders, they think of just big men and women who flex and have huge muscles. Well, believe it or not, in that industry, if you go to a bodybuilding competition, it's broken into categories. You have your bodybuilders, men, bodybuilder women, figure, fitness, and this year they brought in another division called bikini.
Wow.
And I actually compete in the figure division.
A number of years ago, when you first started doing this, what was did you ever do supplements? Did you ever take protein drinks or creatine or any of that kind of stuff?
Everything.
What did you do?
There was a time back in 2003 when I was bodybuilding that I was taking about 44 or 45 pills a day. Yeah. And it
45?
gets quite expensive. I was
amazing.
spending a few $100s a month.
Now, I understand that somebody introduced you to Max and
Yes.
the product GXL.
I was at a fitness expo at a gym in my town, and I had a booth there where I sell my line of clothing, which is called Train Hard, Rock Hard. And I had a booth, and there was a booth across from me with Matt Worrell, Robert Cantu, and Larry Heitman were there, and they were telling everybody else about Max, and I went over there curious because, you know, new supplement on the block, I have to know about it because in my industry I have to know, you know, the best of the best. If it's the best product, I need to be taking it. So I went over and we talked, and I bought the product that day and started it so I could train more often and train harder. But
so
little did I know that I was going to have all these other things happen, better sleep, you know.
I was just going to ask you,
know?
once you started, what was the first thing you noticed, and how long did it really take for you to notice any different from your normal routine?
4 to 5 days.
4 to 5 days?
Yeah.
Now, how much of this were you taking?
I was taking 2 packets a day.
And how would you do that? How did you incorporate that into your routine, those 2 packs?
I took 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon because that's what they told me to take.
Okay.
And I started on June 22nd of this year. And a few weeks after I started, I got with my new trainer, and they started training me really hard.
Now, prior to Max taking the product, what were you able to squat?
I don't know. I never
you never
squatted.
did.
I was afraid. I was so afraid. But I knew that other people my size didn't squat as much as I did, because when I told people I just squatted 405 pounds.
Excuse me,
like,
whoa,
"What?"
let's back up. What'd you say?
I squatted 405 pounds on my first day with them, with my new trainer.
And on this product?
On this product.
And you've never done that before?
No. And I was so sore because I was only taking 2 packets a day, and I didn't know that I could take more.
So what happened when you took more?
About 2 or 3 weeks ago, I squatted. They had me do 9 sets of 3 reps at 405 pounds.
And you weigh?
111 pounds. And it was like powerlifting style. They had to wrap my knees and everything so I didn't get hurt. That's how heavy the weight was.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, what was your soreness after doing that?
Like a 1.
A 1?
Maybe a 2. I'm mostly a 1. I hardly get sore ever anymore.
Did that surprise your trainer?
Yeah. He still doesn't believe the product, and I am going to prove it to him. I am going to be living proof, and it's going to wake him up. He's going to be on it soon.
Now, I got to ask you, with your results that you've gotten, are you fearful or scared or nervous to tell your fellow athletes about this, or you just want gung-ho and say, guys, this is some good stuff?
I'm talking about it until I'm blue in the face.
And what's their response? How do they react to that?
Because I'm not a pro yet, they don't listen to me. And I'm going to prove them wrong someday, and I'm going to be proof of that it works, because I'm going to make it up to the pro level.
Well, the trainer has to take a look at you and see those remarkable increases and not see that soreness. She's got to stand up and take notice.
Yeah, he has to. Last weekend, they attached a harness to my back and attached to a sled with a 45-pound plate on it. And I had to sprint it across a concrete parking lot, there and back, 6 times. And it was so hard. I struggled and struggled, but I made it through. And they're like, tomorrow you're going to be so sore, and your glutes are going to hurt, and your thighs, and your calves, everything is going to hurt. I didn't have one ache, nothing, the next day or the day after.
Can you find now that because you're on this routine and taking this product, can you do more? Can you exercise more?
If you don't recover as faster, then you can't get to your next workout. So you have to wait a few more extra days. So you could have more results at a quicker time. Like Bill Gillespie, he was training 4 times a week now because he's recovering that much faster.
Right.
Whereas before he was only training heavy 2-3 times a week.
Now focus, we also heard some athletes talk about focus. When you're in there really working out and becoming competitive again, do you find that any different at all?
Yeah, I'm much more focused now. I have a goal in mind.
And I think you'll surpass that goal.
Yeah. My goal is to make it to nationals this year.
Nancy, you once told us that you were taking all these supplements, 35 to 45, I believe?
44 or 45
44
pills
a day, every day.
Yeah.
Now that you're on Max, has any of that changed?
Oh, yes.
What's happened?
I was taking anywhere from 9 to 12 different supplements in one day, and now I only take 4. And Max is one of those 4.
And because of Max, now you've decreased your intake of supplements, but you've seen an increase in your workout, your focus, your stamina, and your recovery. Is that correct?
Everything is just working at optimal level